This is Evander. He's a 5-year-old draft horse. He came in here for training almost 2 months ago. And one of the things the owners wanted him to learn was to build up a stronger back, a stronger top line. His back is starting to get better. He has started to learn how to activate those muscles. So now his back, it's not completely fine just yet, but it's starting to kind of round up. So I'm going to show you the exercises that I typically do to help him build a stronger back. One of the things with him was also that he's been he didn't know that much, he wasn't that much trained, also because he's young. So he needed to learn to kind of do normal things when he's being ridden, and also to learn to kind of be a little bit more obedient and kind of listen when he gets a cue. Also, he needed to learn to have a little bit more energy and a lot more focus. So I will say the most challenging part with him is actually maintaining the energy, keeping the energy, and also keep his focus. But all of the exercises that we're going to practice today is going to help him with all of that. So the first thing I like to practice is just the walk and the stretch. So a stretch is pretty much just the horse really reaching down with their head and nose. So you can tell that their whole body, their whole top line is getting kind of stretched. So I like to call that just stretching. And the cue for him that I've been teaching him is when I make a little bit of contact, he needs to search down. And once he is searching down, I will give him loose reins. So because now I'm riding with really long reins, I need to kind of take my hands almost back here and then take my hand forward. So I take my hands back here, he's searching down, and my hand forward again. So there you go. Now you got to keep on going. And once he gets a little bit more focused, I would like for him to kind of search for this stretch. So, I would like for him to just offer the stretch. And if he's starting to offer me the stretch, I'll just stop and give him treats if he can kind of maintain the stretch a little bit longer. We're going to take a diagonal. So just in the beginning of the session, I'm going to ride him on really long, loose reins. That is what I like to do when I'm walking and stretching. Another thing is to kind of keep up the energy. So one important thing, if you want to kind of build muscle in the back and you want to engage the top line, you need a little bit of energy to do that. So he can be stretching, but he can also stretch without really engaging. So if we can make him stretch and at the same time walk with a little bit of energy, it's going to be more likely that he will kind of activate a little bit of those muscles as well. So we need energy. So I like to kind of find this rhythm, and I'm going to kind of ride the rhythm I want with my body. And if he's slowing down, I'm going to add my heel to kind of tell him to speed up. Also kind of use my vocal cue, but I don't want to constantly add the heel on him, So I'm trying to see like, okay, here, can you just walk without me needing the heel? He slowed down, I'm adding the heel. He speeded up, I'm removing my heel, but I'm kind of keeping the energy in my seat. Oh, he stretched pretty good. I release my legs forward like this and I sit down. Oh, I make this sound. It's stop. I don't use the reins to stop ever. It's my body and my seat. Oh, and then I'm falling down into this relaxed position. And then from this, it's really easy to kind of go into a backup. So I keep sitting like this, and then I'm almost like curling my stomach in a little bit, adding my leg. He's moving his hind a little bit out, so I'm just going to correct. There you go. And I'm trying not to use the reins as much. He doesn't like that corner with the chair, so he doesn't want to back up into it. It's okay. There you go. So mostly trying to drive him backwards with my seat and with my legs. And now at this point, I also want him to back up straight, searching down, completely light on the rein. So when I mean light on the rein, I don't want any weight. I don't want any weight on the rein. That's the goal, always. Never any weight on the rein. Always kind of loose, weightless. Light. That's the goal. And then I try to make him go backwards with my seat and my legs. And I will, of course, help with the rein if he's not moving, but that's kind of the goal. Then we're going to continue walking. And now we're also going to add in some circles in the corner. So I'm going to kind of take a little bit shorter reins, just so I can more easily bend him around my inside leg. So when I'm walking on these small circles, I would like the horse to kind of bend with the circle. So if I am on a very small circle, that line is going to be very much more bent than if I were to be on a bigger circle. So if I'm on a very small circle, I want to just imagine the line of the circle in the sand. And I'm imagining my horse being bent the same as the circle. When we're coming out of this, I'm seeing if we can do kind of a little bit of a shoulder in without stopping. Good. And then when he did that, he can just go back to a stretch. And then keep going, buddy. You got to keep the energy. Keep going. No trot, just a little bit faster walk. So we can do the same here. So when I'm starting with the circle, I'm looking in. And then I start to ride him forward mostly with my inside leg. But if the hind legs are kind of sliding out, I'm going to use my outside leg to block the hind legs a little bit. Because he has a tendency of kind of sliding the hind legs out and not keep them in place, which is almost like he's doing kind of a leg yield around, which is also a great exercise, but it's just not what I'm looking for at the moment. I just want him to move on a circle and bend his neck and body with the circle. Okay, pretty good on this side. And we can go a little bit more. We can do the leg yield also. So I'm trying to get that energy, and once I feel I have a good energy, I'm going to stop to ride him that much forward with my heel and try to ride him with my seat. But he is quite a lazy horse, you know. It's just, he's not always that self-going. So we're going to come down the central line, shorten my reins, and I'm going to see if we can get. So when he's doing the leg yield, he's getting quite good at getting the hind legs to move with him. But it's getting to the point where he can be quite slow, so he's slowing down. So the leg yield is kind of losing the energy. And the difficult part is that I have to, when I ride him normally, like just forward, I need to use both my legs to drive him forward. And I need that quite often, like almost constantly, I need both my legs. But when I'm doing the leg yield, you know, I'm releasing my left leg on this case. It will be my outside leg. I'm releasing that to open up that space. So that I don't have that leg to drive him. So I try to drive him. And then he's slow, but he's getting softer and he's getting better. Takes some time to get good at. So what he needs now is just a little bit more energy into that. And we have been practicing a little bit in the trot as well, but that is at this point too difficult for him to manage completely. It should be quite flawless in a walk first. Okay. The good thing with the leg yield is that it's going to help the horse build a lot of balance, and it's also going to really activate that inside leg, the cue of the inside leg, and him learning to bend around the inside leg. Also, when the horse is moving in a lateral way, like sideways, they need to really stretch their legs in and under, and it can really help to build muscle in the top line and the complete horse, and also build a lot of balance. So now we're going to change hands and just do the same on the left. So on the diagonal, I'm trying to ride him a little extra forward. See if you can stretch and kind of keep the stretch a little bit while he's moving a little bit faster. So the stretch is really important just to prevent that hollow pushed in back, you know. It's going to really help the horse to lift the back and kind of relax in the body. Also, when their head is down, it's more easy to get them to focus and relax. You know, and a horse that's scared is going to want to move their head up and get tense. So when a horse is moving their head very high, their body gets tense, their back gets tense. It's not going to be possible for them to build any good muscle or feel comfortable. So you have to help the horse feel comfortable and help them relax. So head down is going to help them activate the top line and stretch. And at this point, he can just, it's good to search down, and now I'm going to just keep that shoulder in. So this is also great to control separately the neck from the shoulders. And continue, buddy. Continue. We're going to just take over here. And it's really warm, of course, today as well, so he's a little bit extra heavy, I think, because of the heat. But yeah, the shoulder in is a great exercise as well to help him kind of organize his legs, help him keep control of his shoulder and neck, and being able to steer the horse. You have to be able to steer the shoulders independent of the head and neck. So I'm trying to get like one step to the side and one step forward, because it's just the energy gets so low. There's just no energy to to do the exercise, you know. So he needs, I'm trying to ride him forward a little bit extra now. Just keep that energy up. Without energy, you don't have anything. And not let that shoulder, so one thing he wants to do, he wants to really just throw that shoulder and not kind of, he wants to just throw the shoulder over instead of moving with his body parallel to the wall. He just wants to throw that shoulder in there, and it's not really what he needs to do. He needs to keep the shoulder in place. So I'm trying to block that shoulder a bit, and at the same time move the hind legs over, and at the same time drive him forward so the whole thing does not stop. Yeah. But he is pretty chill type of horse. So we're going to see if we can trot and then get some energy. And now, if you can get a good extended trot while stretching, it's going to be great for engaging the back and engaging the top line. So you need them to stretch down and forward, and then get to the point where they're really pushing off with their hind legs, you know? So that energy would just flow through the body. And now I will say he's getting better, because when I want to go into a trot now, I can just lean forward and squeeze him a little bit, and he's going to go into a trot. Good. And I don't have to constantly drive him. So we're just going to start with the stretch and get his body a little bit warm in the trot. Good. And I like to go up in my light seat on the inside leg. It's what I feel is more natural. And the energy now is really nice. It's trotting quite fast. The stretch is just not that good. See if you can get a better stretch. There you go. Now I'm going to show you something that's really great as well. Just going to continue down a little bit longer. And that is now to stop. Oh, good. And then go into a back up. Keep your hind legs in place. Keep your hind legs in place. There you go. Better. A little bit more. Hind legs. Hind legs. There you go. Good boy. So now I just want to give him treats for that. But what is really good also is to extend the trot, stop, back up with energy, with searching down, and then straight into a trot again. That is going to be a great activation for the top line. Yeah, good. So you can see. But I just wanted to give him a treat, because He's been struggling a little bit with the backing up, so each time I back up, I give him treats. And then we can go into this extended trot again. Good, bra. Ah, link it. Ah, link it. Okay. So now another thing we're going to practice is slow down and trot in a slow jog in these small circles. So I'm going to relax my energy. Good. And then we're going to continue to trot slow over here to the next. Try to keep his energy slow. And look how light my finger, I'm hardly holding the rein. Really good. Light and smooth. Good, good job. And then release that energy into an extended trot. And again here, relax. I'm kind of tightening my knees together, coming into a... You got a trot. Now he needs to do that one again. Holding the reins carefully, working on the bend around my inside leg. Beautiful. Really good. Good boy. Coming down here, trotting slow, sitting down. So when I sit down, I want a really slow trot, like a jog. Search down. Good. Keep your shoulder. You lost the shoulder a little bit there, but it's okay. A little bit. And then we're going into the extended trot again. Good boy. And again, one more time. No. And one more time. Good boy. So now what I would like to do is to see if we can keep this trot in a little bit of a shoulder in when we're coming out of this corner after the circle. Good. Keeping the shoulder in. Good boy. And then into a stretch. And hold. Into a stop, sitting down. Get a good back up. Good boy. Link it. Beautiful. Good boy. Really good. So it's important that each time you're riding him, that you don't sit on him for too long without any engagement happening in the back. So what I mean by that, if you like, let's say you're just going for a walk on a trail ride, on a walk, just walking all the way, and the horse is just walking neutral, maybe with the head like this, and they're just moving relaxed and slow, kind of in a flat area. That is not good. Because then the back is not going to get activated, so all your weight is just going to push everything in. So to avoid getting that pushed in back, each time you ride, you have to make that muscle get activated. So you can think of it like your fist. You need to kind of activate several times, all the time when you're kind of riding. So right now, for example, he's not activating the back. So I don't want him to move too long without doing anything, without engaging. So we can walk like a few seconds like this, and we're going to change over to the left hand. But you can tell I'm trying to make him stretch because I don't want to sit on him with my weight too long when he's not activating. So you need those muscles to activate, to kind of push back on your weight, because your weight is pushing in on the back. So you need a back to push back, push, and kind of protect against your weight. So that's why you want to... now you're kind of lazy, buddy. You need him to activate. So again now, when I'm trotting, we're in the light seat. This is less heavy for the back also, the light seat trot. You know, it's easier on the back. So this is really good, light seat and stretch with some energy. Follow, follow, follow. Where are you going? Good boy. So this is still like the main thing that we're going to do is the stretch in the kind of extended trot. It's still his main thing for building that. Good boy. And one more long side, and we're gonna, good. Extended stretch, awesome. This is really good, buddy. You're doing a good job. Okay, relax my energy, but not stop. Squeeze him forward in the jog. Evander. Come on. Come on. Now, come on. Too heavy. Good. Ah. Good boy. So if you can just maintain his energy, he's able to do a lot of things. So the challenging part with him is just for him to actually give us the effort. Like, for example, when I've been trying the leg yield in this trot. Oh, there's a fly bothering. We're gonna trot away from it. Yeah, when we have been trying the leg yield in this more relaxed trot, he's just not able to kind of keep the energy. And you can tell also when he's doing it in the walk, it's just hard for him to maintain the energy while doing something a little bit more demanding, like moving in the lateral way. He just needs to practice and kind of also be willing. You know, he needs to be willing. That was not the best circle, buddy. Now his shoulder is dragging out. I want to do this again. This is not good. No. There. Good. There you go. Better. The hind legs are sliding out a little bit, but not too bad. Yeah, now you're kind of all... Let's go. Let's go. Ah, come on. Yeah, good. Relax. Sorry. Yeah, my fault. I was a little bit late there. Small circle. And this is, you know, these small circles with this little bit of a collection, it's just great for the horse to learn to be focused on light reins. So there's no weight. I don't want any weight in these reins. So I'm just, each time I make contact, it's for a reason. So now I'm going to see if we can do like a little bit of the shoulder in. Aye. No. And the left side is a little bit more difficult. Sorry, I'm just going to try one more time. Relax. Slow, slow. And he's just, he doesn't have as much control over his shoulder on this side. Good. Ikke inn I veggen. Continue. Good. Good. Not too bad. I'm going to try one more time on this side. Let's see if we can. Now he got a little bit of energy. There, 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 there. Good. I'm just going to release him in a circle. That was pretty good. But it's just, you know, practice. And then we're going to release him into this stretch again. Really good. Really good energy. Oh. He just completely read my mind. Even the second I thought about the stop cue, he did it. I didn't even have time to completely finish my cue. I was like in this position here. Here you go. Good boy. Blink. So this is pretty much what we're practicing, and also a little bit more the leg yield, and also something I like to call the spiral exercise. So it's really warm. I think we're just going to do the spiral thing. Yeah, we're going to do it in I think we're going to combine walk and trot. So yeah, I'm just feeling him. Are you able to do this in the trot? Are you too lazy? I'm not sure. we can maybe try. We're just going to change hand and go. Pay attention, pay attention. Good boy. So the spiral exercise, now I have this camera in the center, so that's great. And the idea is that you want to start riding around in a big circle and see if the horse can stretch. Evander. And we're going to see if we can do this in a trot. So we're going to spiral in while kind of keeping a little bit of a bend around the inside leg. And the closer we get, the smaller the circle is going to get, and the greater the bend is going to get. Because remember that I would like the horse to bend the same amount as the circle. You know, a big circle, a slight bend. Very small circle, a lot of bend. So I want them to all the time follow the line of the circle with their body. So this is also a great strength and balance exercise. And you can start with this in a walk first, but we have done it. He's pretty good in a walk. So I just want to see if we can do it in a trot. Lean forward. Good boy. Okay, so we're just going to start to kind of establish the circle we're going to trot around. He's dragging a little bit towards the gate. So you want to maintain kind of a symmetric circle. Yeah, pay attention. There you go. And each time you're trotting around, you want to make the circle a little bit smaller. So here you have to make sure that the shoulder are not dragging out. Like for him, he's trying to drag the shoulders out a little bit. So you just want to maintain this stable circle. Good. I'm just waiting for him not to slide out with the shoulders. There you go, a little bit better. And now as we're coming in on a smaller circle, I'm going to sit down and trot a little bit more relaxed. And just see if you can be light on the rein, light on the bend, like very easily around. And then I'm going to see if I can kind of leg yield myself a little bit out of there. So I'm just adding my leg back. See if you can move out of the circle. Awesome. And then in. Yeah, yeah, I felt like he was like, I deserve a treat. Because when we came out of there, I was like considering, should I just reward him? And it's like he picked up on that and he was just, yeah, come on. It's okay. Yeah, so that's the idea. And then you kind of leg yield yourself out and then go back into the extended trot with the stretch on the big circle. Pretty good. And then, so in this way also you're going to really activate those inside hind legs to push in and under and really go in underneath the body. So it's also a great exercise for the horse to practice their shoulder balance, you know, and complete balance of their body, but maintaining that shoulder in place while keeping the bend, you know, and moving and not slide in and out. And it's just a great balance exercise. And it will help the horse build strength. It's enough for him. I think it's enough for him to just do it once each way. But then you can add on that, like you can do repetitions. We're gonna. But the spiral exercise, depending on how small you're making that circle, like with him, I made him a little bit of a bigger circle. So my smallest circle wasn't that small. With my own horses, I would do it a lot smaller. And then the bend would be a lot more as well, you know? So that's why I only do it like once each way when I feel it's pretty good. And it's enough because I work with a lot of bend on these super small circles. That is not something I like to do too much. And on the left side, he's just a little bit more difficult. It's like it's just the side where things are a little bit more difficult for him. So here I'm feeling him. He's not really keeping the bend. So I have to kind of constantly remind him of the bend. And when he's giving me the bend, he's also giving me the shoulder, which is, I don't want the shoulder. So before I start to circle in, I just want to see if we can establish a little bit of a better stretch with the slight bend. But he's good. It's hard for him on this side to kind of stretch and bend. It's like if I can let him go straight, Just gonna stay. He's gonna come down, you see? But now when we're doing it on the circle, it's more difficult. Okay. We're not gonna get that perfect, so I'm just gonna start to think about moving in. Pretty good. And here is also those hind legs. So I'm gonna sit down and relax and see if he can maintain. So I'm just feeling him like he's not as strong on this side. It's just more difficult for him. He's not being that light, and I feel like his body is a little bit more stiff. Like he's not able to kind of bend the body with the neck. So it's a little bit more of an awkward feeling, and then we can leg yield. And you can tell he lost the energy. Yeah. Okay, it's okay. You don't have to. You're just gonna finish with an extended trot. Yeah. He's getting tired. Good. Yeah, just give me some energy and you're finished. Okay? Good boy. Ah, being good. So with him, I want to quit with the energy on top. Again, he sends the move. I just need to think. I don't even have time to give my cue. He's just... I need you to search down a little bit better. Search down. Keep your hind. Good. Hind. There you go. Good boy. And now, another important thing is to just jump off. Don't sit on him and try to cool him down, because the muscles is not going to be activated. So then you're sitting on the horse when the muscles are not activated and your weight is just going to push in. It's what I mentioned, that I don't want to sit on them too long when they're not engaging at all. So when you're cooling your horse down, it's going to be a relaxed, neutral walk most likely. It's better if you can do that from the ground. So I just jump straight off. And then we're going to go in the stable. I'm going to take off his saddle. He's going to get a shower. And then he's going to get the massage.